In this episode, we are enchanted and even flustered by our guest, Audromitron Parsley.
She is on vacation from the planet Heptra, where life is based in co-centric circles.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back and
Prepare to learn about venting pillows and the mystery of the terrarium.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we are back at booth 42. Horatio, Zinn, Trellis, Gardeen, and Trellis, I understand we have another guest to delight and enrapture us.
indeed we do, Horatio. Why don't you introduce yourself, guest, so people will know who you are?
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. My name is Audromitron Parsley.
Oh.
I'm from Heptra.
Heptra.
Ooh, Heptra, yes. Beautiful planet of Heptra.
Oh, it is beautiful. It is, yeah. Most of my inner circle calls me Audro.
Audro, very good. Might we be in your inner circle today?
Sure, I feel very drawn to you both. Absolutely.
Oh, very good. This is rare. Rarely is anyone drawn to us.
And I think it makes sense that we're in the inner circle being in a booth.
Yes. It's more of, right now, it's more of an inner arc or inner you.
Oh, I was going to say a horseshoe. Yeah, but I agree. I agree with you. A nice shape. I love shapes.
Oh.
Heptra is based on a society of co-centric rings.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's actually the way our family structure is set up. But after a couple of squalls, what happens in our family structure is all the women move one house to the right and all the men move one house to the left. So it just is like a interlocking circle swap.
A swap.
So is it a shared marriage relationship kind of thing, or is it just a share and share alike rotation-based marriage?
We don't actually have the structure of marriage.
Oh.
We just kind of move every once in a while to keep it interesting. We're giving sets of kids. Everyone gets 5.
Oh.
The women move. When they move in their circle, they bring the kids with them, and the men go to the next set of kids.
Fascinating.
Now, what happens before a squall and a swap?
Sometimes it's exciting. Sometimes I got to be honest. You're like, oh, this squall is going to be a challenge.
That's what I was wondering. If you could see a bad one coming.
You really can. And you can see it very clearly because, you keep traveling endlessly in that same circle. At some point, you meet up with the same people again, just a couple squalls later.
Now, if it would make you feel more comfortable, we could simulate a squall, and Horatio and I could switch spots in the booth.
Yes.
If that were to make you feel more comfortable.
Sure, that would make me feel great. Yeah, we could even move all of us over to the other booth.
Oh, they don't let us in the other booths.
We've been restricted to booth 42.
Well, this restaurant was not designed by anybody from Heptra, I'll tell you that right now.
No.
No.
If you're stuck in your booth, God love you.
Change is scary. Change entails having to do something and make an effort.
That's a good point, Horatio. You don't have to try that hard. Everybody knows the drill. You just kind of fall in. You know what I mean? You fall into your habits.
Does the swapping just apply to the people? What else on Heptra does anything else get changed every squall?
Yeah, when you're in a squall, you also change your job. Like if you have a small store, I started off in a crinkle shop. If you start off in a crinkle shop, either you rotate to the left, which is the next store over. You just start running whatever store that is. You got to really up your cross-functional skills. I sell crinkles. The shop to the left of me sells schwizzles, and they are not even remotely the same thing with the same customer base. Mine is very much whimsical purchases, but schwizzles, they're very much all about maintenance.
The profit margin is on the maintenance with those things.
Yeah, that's where it is. And I just don't think like that as a crinkle seller.
Is there a training period?
No, it's on the job. You get thrown in.
Oh my.
Everyone tries to leave a manual behind, with some instructions, but not everybody's thorough in their manuals, The other thing is as a crinkle shop owner, I'm seasonal because nobody wants crinkles in the cold weather.
No,
You know,
no.
no, gosh.
Oh, that's absurd.
So we just don't have foot traffic in the wintertime.
That's a hot weather item for sure.
Absolutely.
So, oh my. So I would assume that normally the crinkle shop you would get winters off, perhaps.
Yes, exactly, Horatio. And when I get winters off, I go to other planets for vacation. You know, I don't just stay put on Heptra. I really like to travel.
Oh,
You know, for upwards of 3 months, you can offload your kid set to somebody else, and then you can go travel, which is what I really like to do.
that's lovely. That almost makes having children seem appealing. That they could be offloaded to someone else and not be my responsibility.
For three months at a time.
Yeah, you don't have kids here. You're given a set.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
at a certain age, you're just given a set.
Now, do you get to choose how they come in the set, or is it
No, it's
standardized?
always 2 boys, 2 girls, and 1 both.
So special set. That's
Yes, it's a set. And
That's lovely.
I got to be honest with you, the both, it has all the power in the family because they're the tie-breaking vote to everything.
I would assume
They can
so.
vote boy or girl, and they are oftentimes, I have to say, the one that everybody's lobbying, the one that really, gets the most attention in the family because they're going to be,
Intrigue and political dynamics.
yeah, it's very political in the household. It's an interesting thing here. Your parents live with you after death. What happens is, this is a little bit interesting. So when your parents die, like if my parents died, they live in a hologram-like form in a terrarium in your house. But the minute you die, you take their place in the terrarium and get handed off to one of the kids.
where do the parents go after they no longer have a place in the terrarium?
Horatio, that is a good question. There are so many people that believe different things about where you go after the terrarium, and it's very controversial. It's a mystery, to be honest.
You know, if they follow Heptra culture, perhaps there are other terrariums that are next to them that they are moving on to and swapping with other passed on sets.
You know, Trellis, that is an interesting thing. There is a whole group of people that believe just what you said.
Fascinating.
Yes, they meet every Saturday night at 5, and they
Do they meet in a basement? It sounds like a basement group.
Is that a basement group? A subterraneous kind of meeting?
They meet out in what I've heard other people call as like a desert. They meet out at the desert, and they release little scorpions out in the hopes that the scorpions will go to where the parents are considered to be and bring back messages.
Fascinating.
Now, if they get returned back and sting them, is the sting considered a message?
A very significant message,
I would think
and not one that has a good omen.
Wake up call.
It means that whatever's waiting for you after that, your parents are mad at you, and they're taking that anger with them to the next life. And when you get there, boy, oh boy, are you going to get an earful.
I bet.
So,
I bet.
Would you try to work out your differences with your parents before they go in order to prevent that, or is that a thing?
It seems like that's an important part of the aspect that you really want to make amends.
Make amends, yes.
so what we have is the making amends ritual, but you can only do that. See, this is the problem. You can only do that if you know you're about to die, right? So you got to make amends. Otherwise, you just got to be a good person all the time, and not everybody can do that.
That's exhausting. I don't even try because that just makes me tired thinking of it.
Yeah, so that's a tricky one, but that's the root of the Heptra Society, and I have to say, we as a people have been told that we are optimistic to a point of flaw. So a lot of us really do believe that that there's a lot going on afterwards.
I've heard the phrase running in circles, and now I kind of have the feeling that it may have originated on Heptra.
It did. And when we say running in circles, we really mean like endless living in circles, really. But
Endless living in circles.
On the squall calendar.
yeah, and the interesting thing is our Constitution at Heptra says that we have to love all people equally, and optimism is built in. It's illegal actually to gossip and talk nasty about people, but it happens.
Horatio, I think we may have to watch ourselves then if we visit the Heptra. Horatio,
If I visited there, I would be whatever your strictest punishment is. That would probably fall onto me because
he gossips like a true gossip.
What would you do to me? Let's just say I'm there and I'm telling gossiping, and their kid set is they're terrible. They smell bad.
Unwashed. They're the worst.
Goodness.
Their parents must not love them.
Now that's talking about the children, which may be even worse, I assume.
What ends up happening is you're immediately taken out of your co-centric circle, and you are put into a different ring. Very unpleasant people in your ring. They try to isolate. The whole thing in Heptra is to take negativity out of the equation. So they take you out, they isolate the problem. So you're stuck in sort of a circle of negativity for the rest of your life.
Oh my.
Yes, it's not fun.
Are there progressively worse circles for people who behave worse, or just one?
Trellis, I will tell you, no, there are circles of what I would say is pessimism all the way down to downright mean. The mean circle. You've got your, some people are gossips, just a little harmless here and there, little comment here, a little comment there.
Why are you wearing that garment?
Yes, those kinds of things, judgment.
Why are you eating a crinkle in the winter?
Oh, God, yeah. If a person wants to eat a crinkle in the winter, they should be able to without judgment. Just people don't typically do it, so it stands out.
You can comment and say, "Oh, you're eating a crinkle," instead of going, "Oh, you're eating a crinkle."
Yeah, tone is everything on Heptra. Tone and intention. Yeah, so the mean circles, I've just heard terrible things.
Now, you've only heard things? You don't know anybody who's actually gone to them?
I don't know a single person that's gone to the mean circle, but I have known some people who have gone to the gossip circles.
Different. What? So there are different types of circles.
Yeah, they get worse. Yep, they get worse. The gossip circles, you're not stuck there for life. It's more of a quick squall and you're out.
Oh, very good. So you learn your lesson.
You learn your lesson.
Move on.
And then some people don't learn their lesson, and then they have to go back, frankly.
Do they keep going back to the same gossip circle, or after a while do they just send them to a worse circle saying you're not going to learn, away with you?
We don't have a strike system, so it really is just your crime and your time. It's not like you're not learning. It's really like you keep gossiping, we're going to send you back to the gossip circle.
So if someone actually likes the gossip circle a lot, they may just gossip all the time so they can keep going back?
Yeah, I've heard that the gossip circle is kind of fun.
I would think so.
Yeah, it can be on a depending on your mood. The gossip circle is more fun than just sort of this endless positive concentric circle. It gets quite tiring sometimes, I got to be honest.
I can understand.
So we have venting pillows.
Venting pillows.
Oh my. Tell about the venting.
How does that work? I feel like I could use one of those. Horatio gets on my nerves sometimes, and I need somewhere to vent.
See, Trellis, you'd be put on the gossip circle if you just said that about Horatio. But here's the thing.
Tisk, Trellis.
If you have a venting pillow, everyone gets one. And you can use it up to 3 times a week, where you can just go lie face down in a special room, face on the venting pillow, and you can whisper whatever things that, the bad thoughts that you have in your head into the pillow, and the pillow keeps it.
You have to whisper?
Oh, yeah, because if anybody hears outside the room, that could be taken out of context, and then you're sent to the gossip circle.
Now, can the venting pillow get full of negativity?
Yeah, empty it. Oh, yeah, Horatio, you got to empty it.
Oh, you can empty it. It's not. Do you have reuse? So they're reusable.
You unzip it and you dump it into a recycling container, and they pick it up every week. You got to leave it on the corner, though.
So the negative thoughts, so can they be used? They can be recycled into positive thoughts, or?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know how this system works. I just thought they took it to an incinerator and burned it, but maybe they turn it into positive because there is a lot of positive Heptra. Do you know that we've had to actually move planets 5 times because people didn't see our planet was about to be destroyed because they were so positive?
Oh no! Oh
Yeah.
my!
Yeah, they did. I mean, we were staring destruction right in the face, and everybody was silver lining it, and nobody ever said, like, maybe this is serious, we should go. Just positive thinking.
My. Would now we're not trying to tell your society how to live its life,
But
so
you
to
are.
speak. Yeah, I am. Not to do it, but I am doing it. My not doing it is doing it. Would it be possible to say appoint one individual to be there to say at least subtly point out keep track?
Would that individual's name be Horatio?
I would certainly volunteer for that if it means. Now I would have to do it from here. I would have to do it remotely, but would that be a possibility?
I would imagine Heptra's judicial system doesn't reach outside the planet. 'Cause really, we're doing a lot of gossiping about Heptra right now.
We are.
I'm allowed to do that when I'm not on the planet, by the way. That's the
I
also
was
the
curious.
rule.
I didn't want to get you in trouble.
Would that be a form of outreach?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I thought it was like a more expansive venting pillow. I could just travel and talk to people, be really honest. We do have some secret cynics in Heptra that are the people that are like, we got to go.
They're the ones at the last minute that say, look, it's time.
Yeah, otherwise we're going to die.
I'm happy to be your venting pillow, Audro. Can I say Audro?
Oh, sure you can, Trellis. I feel like that was sexual. Were you just...
No.
I thought that was
No.
a bit familiar.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to. You could just vent to me. I didn't say you had to put your face in me. I just
Now note
think
the
that you can
color of his
spill
face.
the gossip.
Now note as you know, Trellis has mood skin. How would you judge the color on Trellis's face just when he asked?
Oh,
That was a bit green. It was a bit green.
well,
his
I'm
face.
a positive person, so I'm going to say, and by the way, Trellis, and our passion is a good thing. So if you were offering to be my venting pillow, your skin tone said that was exciting to you. So I'm going to take that as a sexual thing.
And that's okay. That would be all right.
I won't.
Am I making this lunch awkward?
I won't. Well, maybe.
I don't know. He is. You do see the succession of colors going across his face is changed. I have never seen. This
I look like a rainbow right now.
This is the Glandarian version of blushing. I think you have you possibly caught the fancy of our Trellis here.
Oh, Trellis.
I don't want to make things any more awkward than they are.
Horatio, can you just move over one seat in the booth and we can see?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay,
There we go.
thanks.
Yeah. So now you've moved over to the Trellis side.
I did. It's it just feels different over here. I gotta admit, Horatio, no offense.
I'm a little bit more red, I think.
Yes, I think there's a bit more room on his side because I take up quite a bit of my side.
Well, I think your physique is perfect, Horatio.
Oh, there's a lot to love. Thank you. This is lovely. And now the colors are not.
We could consider that. Should we consider that? We just had a mini squall because she just changed.
Was that
Oh,
a
that
squall?
In
was
a
a mini squall. That's
In
a
a
good.
sense, I think that was a mini
Good.
squall.
You get Heptra. Was a mini squall. You just experienced life on Heptra.
That was fascinating. I could
Minus the kid set.
without the kid sets.
Yeah, we have no kid sets, which frankly is
It's more of the single swinging, going out and having fun time of your life.
oh yeah, that's a good time. Those concentric circles. Oh boy. Those are some fun circles. Those are
I
good.
bet.
Those are good squalls. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine. I can imagine a good squall. Good squall.
I mean, not always the safest, but again, since we're in that circle system, everything's sort of isolated. So when you're young and dumb, younger squalls, you're all in your same area. You can only hurt yourself, really.
And anyone within your circle.
Yeah, but it's also other people your age doing stupid stuff. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, there are consistencies of that. Times of your life to do stupid things, different levels, creations of stupidity.
Yeah, every society has that time frame where the youth just act like morons.
Yes. It's
Yeah,
very freeing. It's good to get it out of your system or
I
to
agree.
cement it in your personality.
Now, with those younger, we'll call them the fast lane circles,
Ooh.
are they more prone to get sent to the bad circles?
I gotta be honest with you, no, because here's the thing. Really, the only rules we have is you can't be mean to people and you can't talk nasty. Those kids they're having too much fun to be saying bad things. It's really us bored concentric circles a little later in life where we got the kids sets, we got, the house to take care of. We're the ones that have a little bit too much time on our hands and I think, maybe longing for the days of, the carefree circles.
Weighed
Yeah,
down by
yeah.
responsibility.
Yeah, we are. I got to go to the crinkle shop and balance the books, frankly. Not, I got to make enough money in the other 4 seasons to get that 5th season off.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that makes great sense. Do you? I'm curious about some of the other rituals you would have in your circles, holidays, other festivities, birthdays, things like that.
Well, nobody knows when anybody was born. So we don't have birthdays, really.
All right, good.
Yeah, so birthdays isn't a thing.
Maybe an arrival to the circle day?
Oh, arrival to the circle day. Yeah, that is an interesting one. That's your anniversary.
Ah,
And we celebrate that every squall, a little bit different. So, yeah, we celebrate the arrival day. That's a good one. That's one of my favorite holidays because there's no gift giving, it's mostly about eating.
oh yes, I love eating holidays. Anything involving food.
Horatio, I think you would probably just hop circles so you constantly have an arrival day.
Yes, yes, I would. I would probably be banished to a bad circle.
Probably you'd eat your way straight to whatever circle it is for gluttony.
Do you have a gluttony?
By the way, you can't jump circles.
No.
No.
There's a very tight bookkeeping that goes on. And there's also an electric fence around all of the, if you try and cross it, you get a little zap.
Oh, a little zap.
It seems a little unsightly. Did anyone ever think of opting for perhaps an invisible fence and everyone just wears a collar?
I don't know if anybody would want to wear a collar. The reason why we do it is not to keep you from moving around. It's the jumping. Like if you were like, I can't stand my kid set, or the husband I co-centrically ringed up with this squall, and you wanted to try and get out, you can go to another circle to visit. You can freely come and go.
Oh.
But if somebody sees you with your belongings trying to get out of the circle set, that's when it goes into lockdown.
That makes it.
No hiding behind in the closet and refusing to go back.
Yeah, you can't.
So do you ever have? You said you can visit. Have you ever had like meetings of different circles, like a conjoining or an intertwining or a temporary link up?
Every 3 squalls, we have the tri-circle-tennial, where 3 giant circles come together, and we have a 30 jink celebration.
How many jinks are there in a squall?
Oh, God, that's a good question. There's 33.
33 jinks in a squall. Very interesting. I'm making a note on the napkin here, and I'm writing it in mustard, so it's taking me a little bit longer.
Oh, gosh. I have
Spicy.
a pen, Horatio, if you wanted to borrow a pen.
Oh, a pen. That would be lovely. I've been writing in condiment.
Frankly, I don't want you eating your notes again.
Not again. That's true. We lose more information that way due to peckishness.
Oh, I understand. We eat 17 meals a day.
Whoa!
I am very attracted to your planet.
How do you stay so thin?
Well, we're high metabolism. That's why we're wafy.
I noticed that because when you said you eat 16 meals a day, and I looked and I thought, where do you put it?
Well, our food doesn't have much nutritional value, I'll be honest. It's almost like little power pellets,
Is it filling at all?
Well, it's a mind game kind of food situation where you eat a little pellet, it tricks your mind into thinking you're not hungry for right now.
With the jinx lasting so long, it does make sense that you would have many more meals.
Yes. And some of them are quite tasty. I have to say the midday power pellets are my favorite. You can get them in a variety of flavors, you know.
Now, has anyone ever thought to maybe create a more nutritional tablet pellet so then you maybe wouldn't have to eat 17 times a day?
Oh, you got the stare.
No, Trellis, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even understand that. We don't mind having 17 meals a day. What else are we going to do with our time?
I would be delighted to have 17 meals a day.
Union rules at my crinkle shop. Anytime it's time for a meal, I shut the door for,
Do you, and you have one of those little signs that on crinkle break?
yeah.
Or not crinkle break, but you're on your pellet break.
Pellet break.
Yeah,
pellet
I
break.
put a little clock for 5 minutes.
Be back.
Pellet
Every
break.
meal is 5 minutes.
If I were good at math, I could figure something out here, but I can't, so I'll move
Well,
on.
What on the menu so far here at Millyways has looked equivalent to your pellet nutritional value?
Number 3. The number 3.
Now, was that the sandwich or the meal?
The meal.
What about sides? Do you have sides
Yes.
with your pellets?
We don't have sides. That's why I love coming here, frankly.
Oh, this isn't your
Branch out.
this isn't your first time to Millyways.
No, I come here. I have the 5th season off, so I have come here before.
It is a fine place to visit. Now, I actually am wondering about with the pellets, is there any kind of dipping sauce?
There is dipping sauces.
Score!
It's almost like you put it on a little stick that comes with a little, you can put it. Not everybody uses the dipping sauce. Some people on Heptra are purists.
Oh,
They don't dip. But I do not come from that group of people. I'm a dipper. And what you do is you put your pellet on a little tiny stick, and it comes with a pouch, and you dip it into the pouch. I recommend you dip, lick, dip, lick, dip, lick, dip, lick, dip, lick, at least 10 or 12 times, and then you bite into the pellet.
now that's a ritual that I could get behind. Dip,
Oh,
lick,
it's a
dip,
lot
lick,
of fun.
dip,
The
lick,
kids
dip.
love it too.
I guarantee I would lose count. Do you have to lick it 12 times?
I come from a family that's like, don't waste power pellets, don't waste dipping sauce.
Yes.
Clean your pellet.
Yeah, or your bag of dipping sauce. I find that 12 dips and licks is usually gets it right down to a clean sheet.
Trying to clean all the sauce out of the bag with that one stick.
Yeah, and you don't want to put your face in there and lick. I've seen kids do that before, and it's uncouth.
The urge to gossip when you see that is probably just
Yeah, you're like, that woman is not taking care of her kid set well.
Who raised that kid set?
Yeah, who raised that kid
were
set?
they born outside of a concentric circle?
I would. Do you have it? Are there any beings that would not be in a concentric circle on your world?
No, we have wild areas in between the circles where animals roam.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So the animals are not allowed in the concentric circles.
No, we don't really understand how they live, to be honest. They seem willy-nilly in there. They just walk, frankly, around. They don't have any sort of circle structure whatsoever. They are roamers. You can go on a viewing safari if you come to Heptra. We can take you through the forest on a viewing safari.
Would that be one of the big tourist attractions for Heptra then? Is that a big industry? Having off-worlders come out?
It's a big, big industry. Yeah. Yep. We take also you can do it in a lot of different ways. You can walk, although I don't recommend it because we have lost many a tourist to not animal attack. They're very friendly, but animal crush, I would say.
Animal crush. What is an animal crush?
Well, these guys are big, so if you're out there, they don't necessarily see you. They're going to step on you. So I like to go in a protective structure.
Yeah.
I was just thinking an aerial tour would be fantastic.
An aerial tour, because you can get up to their eye line,
They sound huge.
They're huge.
They're just huge.
Huge. What you can't do, though, is you can't start feeding them.
Oh no! What will they?
Because then they just keep coming around the circle looking for
They
food.
get a little too close to the circles, and they're loving but clumsy.
Just like Horatio in the bedroom.
Yes.
Oh God, Trellis. You know what? I think we should probably re-ring back. I'm gonna Horatio. If you could come back over, I'm just gonna slide to the
Okay,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
yes,
I mean,
we're a mini squall.
there we are. That was enough of that squall, wasn't it?
it was time.
It was time.
It was time.
But I think that this is wonderful because we have now illustrated a cycle, I believe, from your world for our listeners.
Oh yeah,
We-
you have.
If we do this
Yep.
one more time, we're gonna have that
Triannual.
the triannual if we do it one more time.
The tri-ring centennial.
Yes.
Yes,
that's-
Tri-ring
Tri-ring
Centennial. I'm
Centennial.
sorry, I did not see. It was on the other side of my napkin, and it's gotten a bit blotted.
Oh, that's okay. If you ever get a chance to visit Heptra during that party, oh boy, I say take it up. You know, it doesn't happen all the time, as you know. It's a real doozy, and it lasts a jink. So you get your money's worth on that vacation.
I bet.
If we ever leave, we have started an informal list of things we would do should we ever leave our booth or leave the restaurant. I have to leave the booth to use the restroom.
You know, you don't have to share everything, Horatio.
Would sharing, oversharing, be a bit like gossiping on your world? Is oversharing something punishable?
I say yes. I say yes.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you say that. It really goes down to the intention in which you're oversharing. You know, if it's an overshare because it's a cry for help, that's different than an overshare to gossip about yourself. Because self-gossiping is not positive and therefore part of our constitutional structure.
Fascinating.
Yeah. So you can't talk about yourself, Horatio.
Yeah, stop bragging on your visits to the restroom.
That was a cry for help.
I didn't think it was a brag, to be honest with you. So,
You'd be surprised what I brag about, but that's not one of the things.
see, bragging is 100% welcome, acceptable, and encouraged on Heptra.
Oh, well, that would be lovely.
Yeah, because it's considered positive self-talk. So you really can talk yourself up. It's a good thing. I've seen a lot of people ring up after some positive self-talk.
It's a reinforcement in a way, a positive reinforcement. I can see that as being a good thing in some situations.
Talk up your skill set, really, is what we're talking about here.
Talking up the skill set.
Yeah.
Well, Horatio's main skill is eating, so
Yes.
Well,
eating and
17 meals a day,
I was gonna say,
Horatio.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's
I believe we are coming near the end of our time. I'm so not happy about this.
Oh, Horatio. Maybe we'll ring up another time together.
It feels like we have not spent enough time together in this ring. I have to admit I was a bit jealous when you were over with Trellis.
most people are.
Oh,
Did I just brag on myself? I think I
That was a
brag on myself.
self-brag.
I talked
That
myself
was a
up.
self-brag.
Before we go, can I have a bite of your, what did you order? The Bon Jovi? Can I have a bite of that?
Yes, please. It's extra spicy.
Ooh, extra spicy.
Yes.
This-
and
this-
try some of this sauce.
This version of the Bon Jovi has 20 different sauces inside of it.
Wow.
Yes.
I should have ordered that. I'm having order envy.
No, here, please share. Please share. We're in the same circle.
You know, in Heptra, we all share our food, so I hope it's not weird that I'm just going, eating right off your fork.
No.
No, it's fine. It's a way of connecting with other people is eating with them.
Oh,
Yeah. So welcome.
this Bon Jovi is spicy. Woo!
Isn't it? Here, have a drink of this. Drink of this. It's safe.
Horatio, you just handed me a drink and you led with "it's safe." As a woman, even though I am very optimistic, I just thought that that's a weird thing to lead with.
That is, and I apologize for that. I sometimes do not listen to myself when
Trellis,
I speak.
Yes.
the company that you keep.
He is not known for his good judgment.
No, I am
Which
not.
is the basis of our friendship.
If I handed you something and said, "Eat this, it's safe," what would be the first thought you had in your head, Horatio?
I would think perhaps.
How hungry am I? That's what I would think. How
How
hungry am I?
Because also one of our guests actually tried to poison Trellis's food
With arsenic.
with arsenic.
Oh, okay, thanks. I was taking
This
it
is what it
another
comes-
way, like you were trying to trick me with your words.
If I were more intelligent, I would try to do that, but it is just a losing game for me.
He's
to try
nowhere near smart enough to try and have any subterfuge.
No, I tried to work as a con artist for a long time, and I lost so much.
He ended up getting conned all the time.
I did. I started a con. It was a reverse con.
It was a reverse con. It was con-centric.
And you know, Horatio, you'd probably be put into the gossiping, self-gossiping concentric circles for just that comment. Very self-deprecating.
Now, if I had said I was the most amazing con man, I conned many people out of their wealth, that would be good.
Yeah, that's talking up your skill set.
But that is not a skill of his.
No, if that was one of my skill sets, then that would be wonderful. We probably should get on to the entry. The entry in the guide.
Yes.
Whereat is your mind, Trellis? I believe you have flustered Trellis. I have never seen him like this. You have ultimately charmed him.
My skin, I don't think, has changed colors that many times.
I don't think I don't know when the color changing is going to stop. He is just rotating through.
Not for a while.
No.
You look like a holiday cookie.
A holiday cookie?
That's what he looks like.
He does. Oh, yes.
I sell them in my crinkle shop actually. Yeah.
Would you name one after me?
I was about to ask.
The trellis?
The trellis?
Oh, you know what? I could make a special recipe of a trellis after I leave you when I get back home, and I'll just make it a crinkle that changes colors.
That sounds lovely.
I would be honored.
And I would be honored to eat it.
Oh, God, Trellis, he did it again. He made it weird.
I know a cookie. I want to eat. I am feeling very self-conscious.
I was thinking Heptra, 17 meals and big animals. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
What did you write in the mustard?
Here. Endless living in circles.
Heptra, we're positive you'll love our circles.
Ooh. Do you like that?
Oh, gosh. I
want to make sure you're
that.
happy with the entry.
All right. Well, Trellis, you're typing it in this time, aren't you? Or am I?
I will.
Yes, you go ahead. It's typing.
And submit.
Very good. This is delightful. I feel more alive than I have in many centaurs. Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers. And of course, special thanks goes to our guest, Audromitron Parsley of Heptra. I have been Horatio Zinn.
And I continue to be Trellis Gardeen. Until next time, keep your towels clean. And if you encounter a mime, remember that they are mortal and can be killed. So don't panic.
Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, and Kate Duffy as Audromitron Parsley. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
Shut up and sit down.